You never get a second chance to make a good first impression, and it can be so easy to get it wrong, especially if you don't prepare for a networking event. So in this video, I'm going to talk about some of the things that you might need to think about and prepare in advance of attending networking. Taking a few minutes to prepare for the event will usually pay dividends, especially if you're not a regular attender. Let's start with the basics. Where's the venue? How are you going to get there? Is there parking or accessible public transport? How long do you need to allow to arrive unflustered? Is there an opportunity to travel with another attendee so that you can have a one-to-one at the same time, making the best use of your time? It can also be helpful to arrive with somebody else if you're nervous or walking into a strange room or a room full of strangers, because then you've got somebody to give you some support and you can approach people together, and that can make it a little bit more comfortable if you're nervous. What's the style of the event? What's the agenda? Is there a dress code? These days, dress codes are much more informal than they used to be, but sometimes formal business attire is required, and very often holiday shorts and sundresses and things can be a bit frowned upon. So just take a moment to have a look at pictures of previous events or ask the host if there is a dress code for the event. Will you be expected to deliver an introduction? And if so, how long will you have? Will you need business cards? Can you share marketing materials? Who's going to be there? Are there new people you want to meet? Is an attendance list available in advance? That's particularly helpful if it's a really big event. These days, people do tend to book very last minute, and therefore organisers don't always issue attendance lists in advance. But they often do if an event is sold out or has to be booked well in advance. And having a look at a list, particularly when there's going to be a lot of people in the room, can be really helpful. Prioritise who you want to meet, who is going to add most value to your business, and who can you add value to. Just singling out those people and working out who you'd like to try and approach will make the best use of your time. Otherwise, you're going to be finding yourself hopping around, making lots of conversations with people who are probably charming and worth knowing, but may not be the people who will help you achieve your objectives. And what are your objectives for the event? Don't expect to sell. Nobody goes networking to buy. It's about building relationships. Is this event likely to be the start of a new relationship or cementing existing ones? If it's an event you regularly attend, check your notes from the last meeting. Do take notes, either during or immediately after an event, so that you remember, because our memories are never as good as we think they are. You can then ask a fellow attendee if they had a good holiday or how their pitch went, anything that shows you're interested in them and were paying attention last time. Did you make any promises at a previous event that you need to keep at this one? Maybe you promised to take a copy of your book or a sample of your wares or a testimonial or something like that. What do you need to prepare in advance? For example, at Fabulous Networking, we change our introductions every month. So check that your introduction fits the time available and covers the main points and is on point if those introductions do change from time to time. And don't forget to share your name, and not in the first 3 words. Or if you do it in the first 3 words, remind people what your name is and your business name, because people often don't pick up on those early words in an introduction. They've been paying attention to the person who went before you, and they're not necessarily ready to switch to you immediately you start speaking. So make sure those key messages are there throughout the presentation, or recap them at the end. Consider preparing your follow-up. For example, write an email that you can just top and tail after the event. At least allocate some time in your diary for follow-up. If you arrive on time, appropriately dressed and properly prepared, networking should be an enjoyable experience where you're taking steps to make friends in business. So take a little bit of time to get that preparation and boost your confidence, and go and enjoy your networking And as always, there's a warm welcome awaiting you at a fabulous networking event. Thanks for listening.